Arial Mirren is trying to move forward after saving the multiverse, until her past and a powerful enemy return for revenge. After being ambushed at a charity event, Arial must rise again to defend the innocent, uncover deep secrets, and face the terrifying truth.
What's that? You want to be scared? Come with me. You will experience tales of horror, ghosts, and death. It is not recommended for the weak at heart. Listen in the dark. It's more fun that way. This is Weekly Spooky.
Hello, my spookies. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for a little spooky in your weekly. I'm your host and narrator, Enrique Couto, and tonight we have a very special visit to Strickfield to check in on Arial Mirren and see exactly what's been going on ever since her massive battles in the vampire universe. But before we get to that, I want to say a big thank you to everyone for tuning in and spending your time with little old me, keeping things spooky all year long. I do appreciate it, and if you love what we're doing and want even more spooky, head to weeklyspooky.com/join. For as little as $1 a month, you get 2 bonus episodes every single month, creepypasta readings, and exclusive audiobooks, just to name a few. So check that out at weeklyspooky.com/join. And if you want to support us in a way that doesn't cost you a single penny, just head to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave us a 5-star rating. It really does make a big difference. And if you ever want to reach out and say something to me, maybe share a concept for a story, you can do so at weeklyspooky@gmail.com. But now, as for tonight, they say once you close a door, another one opens. But what if the door that opens leads somewhere dark, somewhere twisted, somewhere you were never meant to go? Well, tonight's story is about a girl trying to build a new life, a hero, a survivor, someone who's faced monsters in more worlds than one. But the past doesn't stay buried, and the people who are supposed to love us the most become the ones we fear the most. So get comfortable. We're telling that story after this. When One Door Closes by Rob Fields. I'm hanging out here at Strickfield Town Center Mall. I'll be honest, I haven't quite been the same since coming back from the vampire universe. I know I helped save the entire multiverse from Mayor Patrick Gunter and myself. I still can't believe that I was just as responsible for bringing that apocalypse about. Okay, not exactly me, my vampire universe counterpart. I keep remembering what Vampire Me said about how that universe happened. Believe me, I remember everything that happened between my mother, Arial Mirren, and me back in December. But to think Vampire Me snapped to where she helped Gunter conquer her world by going to the extremes she did is mind-numbing. Let's be honest, I really wanted revenge on Adrian. The more I thought about it, the more I asked myself, why obsess over this? Yes, Queen Arcadia possessed me as her vessel. Going further, I know I can never be thankful enough that the Donnerly family took me in. They even took full custody of me when Adrian washed her hands of me. Go figure she couldn't get rid of me through Queen Arcadia. So ultimately, she did it in a more nefarious and far more devious way. Legally. To be honest, I've never felt more free in my life. I don't have to live up to Adrian's expectations anymore. I can make my own destiny and be my own dominant Mirren, just like Brian Chunk once told me. Being my own dominant Mirren took on a whole new meaning in that vampire universe when I discovered my new powers. Back in December, when I overthrew Queen Arcadia from my body, all I did was get rid of her. Her powers stayed with me. I've been practicing more with using them. Where do you go after helping save the entire multiverse? The truth is, Cousin Felicia has been a real inspiration to me. She told me she's been trying to be more like Cousin Charity. Felicia said I can make our Mirren name mean something positive, instead of its meaning being the top 1% of the top 1%. I've been sitting here near Center Court. There's a charity event scheduled there tonight. All the seats set up are full. I can see everything from my bench just outside the food court near Bobbletopia. There's applause as Cousin Charity, who organized this event, is at the podium to say a few words. Cousin Harmony, the owner of this mall, is right beside her. Charity organized this event to help raise money for our chapter of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. To be honest, I really have never met Cousin Charity, but I can honestly say I have a great deal of respect for her. Then I get upset over how many times I remember Adrian saying nothing but bad things about her. Speaking of bad, ever since coming back from the vampire universe, it's like, I don't know, I'm having these feelings like I'm being watched. I know I'm here at the mall where really anybody can see me, but I'm getting that feeling again. Mouse isn't here with me, but whenever she feels something in the pit of her tummy, she calls it her mousy sense. I think my best friend and surrogate sister is rubbing off on me because I've been feeling my own intuition. Then I have a sudden thought and wonder if by chance any of those vampires might have followed me here from their universe. Believe me, we 6 were all in agreement about not seeing the last of the vampire universe. I'd like to think that maybe my boyfriend Carter Cross might be looking to surprise me or something. No, Carter's definitely not somebody who would make me feel the way I'm feeling right now. I chuckle to myself when I realize I'm thinking like Mouse again when I pull out my compact. No, I'm definitely not summoning Mary Worth the way she does. I look back and forth from the mirror to the crowd. Then I gasp when I see the person sitting in an aisle seat. Or rather, it's what I don't see. The woman there is not casting a reflection. Seriously, what would a vampire be doing here at a charity fundraiser? I've been seeing Miranda Mason Phillips, the head reporter of the Strickfield Journal, moving around and taking pictures. Come to think of it, every time Mason Phillips gets close to the woman vampire, she gets swatted away. "No pictures," the woman yells, and this time swats the reporter's camera away. When Mason Phillips demands to know what her problem is, the woman loses it and scares everybody by springing to her feet and vamping out. Charity's trying to help get everybody out of harm's way. When Harmony sends her security guards to stop the imposter, the vampire woman grabs and flings them away like they're nothing. When I see the vampire grab hold of a little girl, that's when I feel deep down that I need to do something. I get up and sneak over to get behind an empty kiosk. Making sure nobody sees me, I open my backpack. I don't exactly have a superhero costume, but I can improvise on the fly. I pull out my hoodie and a nail file and work fast. I cut the hood off my hoodie and make a makeshift mask. When I'm finished, I put it on and use the drawstrings to secure it tightly. I put the rest of the hoodie on over my t-shirt and zip up. Now that I'm sort of costumed, I use my Christmas powers to make my transparent red discs appear underneath my feet. It's still mind-blowing that I've got these powers, but flying is my favorite thing about them. Now that I'm airborne, I fly right at the vampire woman. "Put that girl down, bloodsucker!" I yell. Boy, she sure has chalk white hair. When she turns my way, I stun her with my eye beams to make her let the little girl go. Her mother takes her child and runs. The vampire doesn't stay stunned for long. She's quickly back on her feet and looking right up at me now. She's got this look that's either crazed or determined. Who knows? She kind of looks old. The vampire turns into a wolf and runs away fast. I turn and chase the wolf down. When it reaches a trash can, it becomes the old woman again. She easily picks up the can and throws it right at me. Likewise, I easily dodge it. "You should have let it hit you, little one," she tells me. "Look behind you."
Don't go away. Weekly Spooky will be right back.
I turn and see I've made a rookie mistake. That trash can is heading right for innocent people at center court. I'm frustrated, but I can't let my mistake hurt people. I turn around and fly fast. When I'm close enough to the can, I make a wall of light appear in front of it. The can hits the wall and falls to the floor. Nobody gets hurt. Knowing everybody's okay, I turn in time to see. Oh no! Miranda Mason Phillips retrieved her camera and just snapped a picture of me. Great. I really don't want to be on the front page of our paper. Ugh. I can't worry about her right now. I turn back around and go chase down that vampire woman again. Okay. I'm a little irked by that reporter, but it's what that vampire said to me that really bugs me. "You should have just taken the hit, little one." And then I know exactly who the vampire is. Likewise, she knows exactly who I am. I fly faster now. Seriously, I am so sick and tired of that woman still haunting me. When I reach Best Buy at the end of the mall, I turn to the corridor and see one of the exit doors is propped open. The vampire wants me to follow her. I'm probably letting inexperience show, but I can't just let her go. I fly down the corridor and out through the door. Soon I see her standing at the entrance of the under-mall parking garage. When she knows I'm seeing her, she turns and heads inside. I have the feeling I'm being led into a trap. I'm not Mouse, but the vampire seeks to trap me just like one. When I fly into the garage, I enable my infrared sight to see better in the dimly lit areas. I see the vampire easily and approach slowly. "I know it's you, Adrian Mirren," I yell. "You're the only one I know who calls me Little One." My birth mother comes forward. Wow. I don't understand why she looks as old as she does. She must have aged a good 25 years since she kicked me out of the mansion. At least. It was only a matter of time before you'd return to me, Arial Renaissance Mirren. She points right at me. I'm taking those powers back. They don't belong to you. Clearly she can see my look of confusion about her age, but isn't she a vampire now? I cast a spell to absorb a vampire's essence and restore my youth. If you must know. Adrian snaps. Unfortunately, the essence is fading. Only Queen Arcadia's powers and essence can restore me. Which you have. She suddenly raises her clawed hands. I will reclaim them from you, little one. I raise my fists and make red and green fire burn from them. Thankfully, the fire doesn't burn me. You want my powers? Try and take them. I'll never return them to you. Why, Adrian? Why do you have to be so greedy? Those are the Mirren ways, little one, she replies, shifting into a wolf. When she jumps at me, I throw a fireball and miss. Then I remember my time back in the vampire universe when Cousin Felicia told me to not fire blindly. I focus and throw the second fireball to repel Adrian. She yipes and falls onto her side. I fire my eye beams, but she turns away quickly as she shifts into a bat. She comes at me again and hits me to knock me off my discs. Now I'm flat on my back and feeling a little winded, but I can still move. Suddenly, my former mom is right on top of me. I'm taking those powers back, little one, she growls. You have been the bane of my existence for the last time. Then she gasps and feels her face. I'm still using my infrared sight and see Adrian's skin aged a good 10 to 15 years more now. She'll take the Queen Arcadia powers away from me to restore her youth. Knowing how Adrian is, she can never be trusted with those powers. The story of Adrian, well, she had gifted intelligence and learned far more than she should have about computer coding. She could make code so advanced that she may have been the one who pioneered virtual reality. Her code was used to create 3 prototype consoles called the Virtua. This was back during the golden years of home video game consoles, by the way. The Virtua was far more powerful than then-current arcade hardware and made consoles like the Atari 2600, the Intellivision, and the ColecoVision look like Pong. And the game that came bundled in the Virtua? Christmas Arcadia. The graphics were so unbelievably realistic you'd swear everything you were looking at was real. You could even touch things in Christmas Arcadia and feel how real they were. Even the wind and cold felt real. Why was the Virtua never ultimately released? Simple. The computer world didn't want to give that kind of credit to a female. Things have changed since then, but that's how times were. Since Adrian was rejected, she implemented a software patch to literally bring Queen Arcadia, the game's central character, to life. For doing this, Arcadia granted Adrian immortality. From there, the two of them made a bargain. Arcadia granted Adrian even more knowledge, making her the greatest computer programmer in the world, which was how she made her vast fortune. In return, Adrian would bear a child to be Arcadia's vessel one day. In other words, Adrian used the Mirren ways, but took it up several notches. When Arcadia finally had me as her vessel, she turned me against my friends. Fortunately, they discovered what happened and gave me the determination and strength to overthrow Arcadia. Little did I realize I was still far from normal. Recently, in the vampire universe, I tapped my new powers and helped save the multiverse. That's right. I helped save the multiverse. I can stop Adrian. I grab her arms and make her scream when I give her some voltage. She quickly gets off me. So this is how it is, little one, Adrian snaps. Then I won't hold back any longer either. I don't really have to since you're no longer my child. As I'm readying to give Adrian some more volts, she vampire warps right behind me. Then she grabs me and slams me hard against a nearby wall. I'm flat on my back again. This time, Adrian knocked the wind out of me. I can't move.
You're not safe yet. Weekly Spooky will be right back.
Now, little one, Arcadia's powers are mine, Adrian promises. When I'm finished, you will know what it's like to age rapidly. Then you're finally out of my life. Forever. She's pinning me down again as she starts uttering some strange words. I start to feel sick fast. I only wanted to use these powers to make a difference, just like Cousin Felicia. Suddenly, I'm feeling much better. I sit up and see that someone knocked Adrian away from me. I manage to sit up against a wall and keep working to get my wind back. I see someone else is down here with us now. Leave her alone, the person orders Adrian. It's definitely another woman, wearing a mask. Adrian stands up fast. Then she cries out in pain and holds her sides. I use my infrared again and see Adrian's really looking bad now. She looks even older than Great Uncle Bartholomew Mirren, and he just turned 90. She sure aged fast since I pursued her from the mall's center court. The woman who saved me pulls 2 pistols out from behind her back. I mean it, you! Back off! Never! Adrian roars. She glares at me now. I will reclaim those powers, Arial Renaissance Mirren. Adrian comes for me once more. I lash out with my eye-beams in desperation, but miss. My savior fires her weapons and makes Adrian roar as the energies crackle around her. She falls onto her side just inches away from me. By now, I'm able to stand up again and can get away from her. Adrian struggles to get back to her feet. When she does, she suddenly cries out in intense pain and falls again. When she lands on the concrete floor, her body just explodes into dust and goes everywhere. I look at the woman who saved me. Did you do this? She looks my way. I merely just stunned her, I promise. I'm no killer. Now she comes into the light, not knowing I can see her with infrared. Then she removes her mask. What? It can't be! I gasp, then point to the dust that was my mother. But that's... The woman is another Adrian Mirren. Don't you remember me, Ariel? She asks calmly. You very recently saved my life when you didn't have to. Now I understand. At the same time, I'm confused. You came here from the vampire universe, but how? She smiles. That's not important. What is important is that I'm indebted to you for saving my life. I step back quickly when she approaches me. I won't harm you, she assures me. In fact, you helped me to see the error of my ways that day. I'm so thankful that you didn't end up like my Ariel. Because of my actions, I'll have to carry what she's done for the rest of my life. Our world came to an end because of me and how I treated my Ariel. You really touched me when you saved my life. I plan to atone for what I've done. I don't expect you to trust me. Good, because I won't, I tell her. I'll have to win your trust, she replies. But at least let me make you a promise, Ariel. From this day forward, I will use my knowledge to atone for what I've done until my last day. You inspired me by giving me a second chance, and I'll do right by you in return. Then she gives me a motherly look, for the first time ever. And keep following your path. I truly believe you're going to do greater things, in addition to saving the multiverse. Also, if you should ever need my help in any way, I believe you'll know where to find me. Other Adrian turns and walks away. Not only do I have to keep working to master my powers, I've got to worry about another Adrian Mirren now. Cousin Felicia said being a superhero wasn't going to be easy. If I didn't believe her then, I sure do now. But know this, Adrian Mirren. I will learn your true motives, and if I must, I'll give it my all. And I will stop you. Count on it. After putting my makeshift costume back in my backpack, I go to get my bike and head for home. I can't wait for Carter and Mouse to hear this story. Well, my spookies, I hope you enjoyed yet another trip to Strickfield to check in on Arial Mirren. The story of Ariel and her friends sure has grown in so many ways here at Weekly Spooky, and if you're curious what may happen next, well, make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcasting app because every single week there's something brand new to listen to, and you never know just what you'll get. And speaking of never knowing what you'll get, well, over at weeklyspooky.com/join, we're about to wrap up a brand new exclusive Strickfield miniseries novel called The April Fool. We only have 3 installments left, so now is a great time to start listening by heading to weeklyspooky.com/join. For as little as $1 a month, you get 2 bonus shows every month, and my massive gratitude because it really does help us keep the show going and bringing you something spooky every single week for nearly 6 years and beyond. So thank you, and I also want to say a big thank you to our Patreon podcast boosters, folks who go to weeklyspooky.com/join and pay just a little bit more to hear their names at the end of the show. And they are Kate and Lulu, Jessica Fuller, Johnny Nix, Jenny Green, Amber Hansford, Brent McCullough, Karen Weemet, Jack Kerr, and Craig Cohen. Thank you all so much. If you head to weeklyspooky.com/join and contribute $15 a month or higher, you can join that list of wonderful spookies and 95 others in supporting the podcast directly so I can keep scaring you. Speaking of, I need to get back to work because there are so many more scares to come. Believe me, you're not prepared. So, for myself, for my executive producers Rob Fields, Mark Shields, and Bobbletopia.com, for my producer Dan Wilder, and of course, my composer Ray Mattis, well, I will talk at you very, very soon.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to find your way back next week. But for now, you are safe. Trust me.